Somewhat Sick with Vitamin Nick.
Welcome to Somewhat Sick.
This is going to be Somewhat Sick.
If there's any kind of, I guess, problems with any of this, please just comment, message me back, and let me know, hey, take this down or some shit, alright? Appreciate that.
Right. Here's a questionable happening. Let's say, I don't even know if it has to be a relative, so what if it was just the other employee somewhere?
Yeah.
And it's a peanut butter and jelly sandwich there. It's got a bite out of it. A bigger,
like you made a
more
sandwich,
intelligent.
you turned around to eat it, and there was a room full of people, and it's got a bite.
No. Let's say you come into that. There's a sandwich that's got a bite, and then there's 2 pieces of bread with nothing, no peanut butter on it, no jelly, right?
Mm-hmm.
And just waiting for whenever the guy gets out of the bathroom, he's going to make another sandwich for his brother after he washes his hands and such, right? Therefore, he leaves this sandwich that's done after he bites it. But let's just say that, like, once he goes to the bathroom, somebody else comes into the room.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, hey, just take a bite out of that sandwich.
Yeah.
If he takes a bite out of that sandwich, is that his fault? Or is that their fault for telling them to take a bite out of obviously somebody else's sandwich? I can't come to bat for you, kid. You're small, you might be the weak link in the chain,
I'm
but
trying to understand this. So, one of them was making a sandwich.
Yep.
And, hold on.
The other one.
Don't add anything into it. Let me
I'm just saying,
piece
I already
it.
know.
Well, I'm trying to, because I haven't comprehended yet, so.
It's a real simple story. Just say,
Well,
obviously I wouldn't take a bite of somebody else's
I wouldn't anyway.
I'm making a sandwich for me and you.
No, stop. I'm trying to put it together in my head, and y'all keep talking and fucking me up.
Do it!
Well, I have to make sure I'm coherent, because now I agree with the point he's making, but I don't understand the events leading up to it completely, and I want to get those. So let me just speak my fucking few sentences. Alright. You're making a sandwich for your brother. Halfway through making 2 sandwiches, you stop at one, take a bite, and go leave. And when you come back, there's another bite out of it. Is that what you're saying?
Basically.
And that caused a conflict?
But then your brother told you, she told me to do it. They told me to do it.
Oh.
Right?
He thought that was his sandwich.
It's not my fault. They told me to do it. And I'm like, no. That's the reason.
Think for your fucking self.
Exactly. And I'm like,
That's
look,
okay. Accountability. Accountability.
Puppet Master.
Hmm?
Puppet Master, basically.
Well, just accountability altogether, man. I've been talking about that with a lot of people lately.
I know. But this kid is looking at me like...
I talked about it last night, man. I watched that 3 Billboards.
Did you get my whole reference to, like, social media being kind of, like, as far as what that happened to the world, basically, with social media? Those 3 billboards did that whole town and shit, and it's just like, look, they kind of threw a light in the gasoline, but at the same time, like, I think that fire should have been burning and whatnot, because there was no justice and shit because of the whole... But
see, with all the stories together in that, I got, like, a really big sense of, like, that whole film was just about, like, accountability on everybody's part. On everybody's part, like, you know, the mother and how she dealt with her kids, the chief on how he handled the situation, the racist cop and how he came to terms with his situation and his actions.
Insane.
And how every one of those events was affected by this event, but not directly tied to it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it just had, like, this very, like, esoteric, like, feel to how one thing led to another, but they weren't, like a movie about a woman putting up with something that would be considered an insult to a police chief and then him killing himself. They addressed the issue that obviously was like, oh, it wasn't her who made him do it. Like, you know, that was directly part of the narrative. But that was him, like, taking accountability for his, you know, actions and not wanting to deal with, like, you know, the being accountable for the suffering of his family. Man, every step of that film was a character coming to some sort of personal revelation. I was like, man, I fucking love this.
Fried Green 218.
You know, I would say it's pretty close.
I'm just saying
pretty
because
close.
I've watched Fried Green within the past
Sam
year
Rockwell,
or two.
I mean, racist cop as the racist cop.
That's who it is. Okay.
That's Sam Rockwell, dude. That
Man in
guy
Black.
is titties in everything, man.
True too.
Like, just that dude is one of the best actors I think in the world. Fucking just epic. Yeah. Good
So that's
recommendation.
top 5 for you, really? Top 5?
I don't think he's one of my, like,
Top
maybe,
10,
I don't know if I have personal favorite actors.
Okay.
I mean, I got some, but I just think he's like, when there's a movie he's in, I know that I'm going to enjoy it. Typically, I know it's going to be a good film. Like, I love
Like
Choke, man. Like, I liked him even in that Iron Man 2 where he played that villain. Like, I dug him in that, man. Confessions of a Dangerous Mind with Clooney. That was a good flick. Yeah, dude. Good shit. Like, he's top notch. 7 Psychopaths. That was pretty cool.
2 seconds.
Matchstick Man.
Been out of it, guys.
Why?
Fucking Black Went Mirrors, dude. I'm telling you, like, I watched Hang the DJ. And that shit changed my whole fucking life and whatnot. Like, 'cause I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing on some of these websites and shit. Because in reality, when it comes down to it, it's like, what are the really chances and whatnot? Like, what was the expiration date and shit? And, like, fucking blown out the back. And I'm wondering, like, yeah, is there only a certain sub-segment of America really taking part in these aspects of the online community? Because it seems like, because everybody's pretty much got a phone, but...
like I said, I haven't watched the new season of it. I've watched that show before, so I'm unfortunately out of the loop on what you're talking about here.
Fantastic.
My apologies.
Jumanji.
Haven't watched it yet.
Gosh.
I don't know time.
Downsize, no. I'm just like
The only thing I've caught lately, I've caught that
Three
Billboards, and I watched Disaster Artist.
Yeah.
I did watch that one. It
How
seemed
long?
like what?
Hold on. How long have you been familiar with the
Peter
room,
turned
sir?
it on to me about a couple years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool that I know people that are like so in the loop that they even get those
Like
little...
I wasn't like super into it, but
Right.
I remember him being like we were scrolling through YouTube videos, and there was this guy talking on one, and the way he was talking, he was like, and Peter was like, yeah, he sounds like that fucking Tommy Wiseau, and I was like. He was like, you don't know. He was like, dude, and I don't know. And the next thing I know, we're watching The Room. And I'm like, this is a hard fucking movie to sit through.
No
It's
doubt,
fucking
that's
hard
what
shit
I'm
to sit
saying.
through. Like, I immediately understood it, man. It's like watching them old Ed Wood movies. It's like, somebody really put a lot of passion and love into this, man, but it's not good. It's just one of them films, man. Like, I love those shits. Like, I can understand why it has a cult following, because it fucking is hilarious. It fucking is hilarious. Oh.
But Ed Wood, Plan B from Outer Space. What was that? Oh.
Yeah, Plan 9 from Outer Space?
Yeah. I've watched that with some chicks afterwards, and I was so like...
I'm pretty sure you watched my copy of it.
Maybe. Nonetheless,
Who
like,
I think it was with, I'm pretty sure.
I'm almost positive then.
Yeah, it was my
There's
copy.
only
Yeah,
a few
yeah.
of those chicks that you're able to watch crazy fucking movies like that with. And these chicks allow me to watch it after we watched Ed Wood. And I was just kind of amazed because I knew the backstory of it, and then I watched it again. I'm like, man, once you know more about it, I think I would almost want to see The Room now because I didn't know anything about it. Now that I've heard, like, I'm wondering how good of a job. And I know, how much of the movie would you say towards the end did it give some of the right side-by-sides? Like, was that 30% of the movie, or was that closer to, like, 10?
What, how much? Oh, at the end of it, there was only a few
It was
scenes.
during the end credits.
Yeah, it was just
End
during the
credits,
end
forgive
credits.
me.
It was just a few scenes. It wasn't like, yeah, I mean, that movie's...
Maybe less than 5.
Yeah,
It was like
Okay.
45 seconds. It was pretty cool, though.
yeah, it was like a couple,
That's what I
maybe
said.
a
I was
minute,
like-
you know, it wasn't long.
But I'm intrigued and I want to see the original because I'm just that OG, I guess.
Yeah.
I do too.
Oh, y'all, yeah, I forgot, neither one of you seen it.
Yeah.
Oh, man, well. Y'all might have to do your own movie homework on that. I don't know if I want to sit through that shit. I don't know if I can do it.
Somewhat Sick with Vitamin Nick.
Welcome to Somewhat Sick.
This is going to be Somewhat Sick.
Yeah, I'll take the day off. It's the Royal Rumble. I plan to be fucking drunker than shit.
So
No.
my question
Yeah.
still stands.
Who-
How are we going to watch it?
Is Roman going
no.
in first? Who's going in first and shit? Like, I need a little bit of the back line of, like, what's going on at the Rumble.
The first ever women's Royal Rumbles this year. They're doing 2 Royal Rumbles in one night. Big shit.
What's the chances of Ric Flair's daughter winning?
Man, I'm gonna tell you, like, as far as the TV faction recently's been, I haven't been watching it.
Damn it.
Well, it's work's been crazy, man. Getting set up for the move in the new year, and
I understand.
you know, but you know, I definitely follow the monthly shows and
Did you
try to
check out
watch
that
the monthly-
30-30 Rick?
What is it?
30 for 30 Ric Flair. I shared it with everybody. You guys got to be shitting me.
I
There's a
don't know.
Facebook video. Ric Flair, ESPN, 30 for 30.
Oh, the documentary? Yeah.
Rick
I
is
saw it.
oh my gosh, though, but like,
Yeah, I already knew a
watching
lot of
over
that stuff, yeah.
shit and whatnot. Like, I need to see his daughter being more successful and shit because of the fact that, like, I fuck with Ric Flair that hard. Like, he deserves it, man. Like, to see what he did and what he's went through and shit up till now, and how much of a, you could say, bad role model.
Have
but,
you got
like,
to watch her yet? Have you seen her in the ring yet on there? You watched her on TV yet?
I saw some of the moves, obviously. I think I might have seen one match
She's
of
solid.
her.
She's
That's what I'm
solid.
saying,
She
but
put
at
on
the
some
same
good
time,
shit.
like, I was always, I guess, one of the gay dudes that was just like, I don't really dig the chicks wrestling and
Well,
shit. But at the
see,
same
man,
time,
back when,
some of them
like-
can't sell it, but some of them now can. Though.
No, dude, ain't no some
Right.
of them now. Like now, dude, it ain't the same as it was. Now they ain't picking them like because they're pretty. That now now it's like a mixture of like
Talent.
they got beautiful ones. Well, now they got these girls come in that are like models, but they're athletic and they actually love the industry, and they get in there and like then they like a lot of their top stars are these girls that are like they really strive to get there, you know, through talent, like through hard work, like Flair, like her, like you know, Ashley, like she really worked her ass off. You could tell. I mean, you definitely tell she probably got a hand up being Flair, you know, being
Without a
yeah.
doubt, but at
But
the
I
same
mean,
time,
you
it's
definitely
still-
tell she earned her chops too.
Yeah.
Like I'm not saying she probably got like, you know, doors just open for her.
Right.
Like I'm sure they made her earn it. Like everyone else.
Goldberg type shit.
Well, no,
where you
because
got
she was
50
with like
and
a group of there was like a group of girls going on at the same time as she was.
Right.
And like they all kind of came up around the same time. Like I think she was the first one that was truly pushed, but she was one of the first ones to headline a pay-per-view. They got the first women's Hell in a Cell. They did that.
And she was in it.
Yeah. Pretty
Props.
sure she won that shit. Like if I'm not remembering.
And props without a doubt, but at the same
Dude,
time,
I mean,
like,
she's
just
terrific.
always-
Like I mean, like they're
I gotta
breaking
give
ground
her
with
a
it.
chance.
They brought
I
that
know.
chicken. Have you seen that chicken they brought from Japan 2 years ago? Asuka.
I think I have seen
The
one.
last
It
I
went
seen
all
her, I haven't
crazy.
watched, like I said, about a month. I've been kind of busy, but undefeated. Like I mean, like
I'm almost
I mean,
positive I have seen that. Yeah,
I don't care if
like-
it's scripted or not. For them to give someone that nowadays, it doesn't happen. Like 2 years, that's like a better than Goldberg streak, you know.
No,
They just ain't counting
Goldberg
that.
was 50. Yeah, I was gonna say Goldberg. That was how many years was that though? Like
Yeah, dude, but
50?
they were counting like non-televised matches. Fucking everything was in. No, it wasn't 15,
Probably.
dude. He fucking showed up and
Not
like
15 years. No, I was like 50 matches. So I'm thinking
no,
at
dude,
least
it was
4
like
years.
No, it was like 80 or 100 something before he fucking lost, dude.
Right?
And you know why he lost?
Undertaker.
Nah, Kevin Nash took over booking at WCW and was like, "I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna
No
beat you."
shit.
And
Fuck
they
you,
pulled a
Kevin
taser in the
Nash.
match. Yeah, dude. That was the problem with WCW. Like they started like that's when you hear the keys like let
Right.
the inmates run the asylum.
Bischoff.
It's because they started giving all these high money contracts. They were just like, "Oh, you want to be more part of it, don't you?" And they're like, "You don't have to give me a lot more. You can give me more money, and I'll do this job too." And but then they were like, you know, taking over
Man.
creative control. Like, I think I want to be champion. Like you
Goldberg
just like
could've-
fuck you, man. You fucking
Dude, but
cunt.
Goldberg could have saved what NWO fucking ruined and shit.
You know, Goldberg came back last year and wrestled a match.
I think I heard about this, but like I just remember I kind of fell out in the WCW shit, and the WWE kind of fucking went.
Dude,
their
it
own
was really
separate way.
cool. I mean, I really liked what they did with him. A lot of people did.
Damn it.
My friend, I'll call him the Contrarian. He fucking is like all over Brock Lesnar. Like, dude, so hard. If he's on Brock Lesnar's dick any harder, he'd be his nutsack. Like, he thinks Lesnar is the greatest thing ever happened to wrestling.
I think I met somebody like that too.
And like, dude, I'm not even bullshitting you. Like, last year they set up this whole thing with like Goldberg coming back and talking shit, and Lesnar and them talking shit about each other with the anniversary of it all.
Right.
So Goldberg come back and was like, "I'll fucking wrestle you again. Fuck it, let's do it." So they did a match. And they built up this match for like 2 months, like like a big fucking. It's gonna be a fucking huge, like big fucking brawl fest.
How
Goldberg
many
Lesnar.
seconds?
Dude, Lesnar got in the ring, fucking taunted, turned around, Goldberg speared him and pinned him. Like I mean,
Not even the jackhammer.
dude, I mean like
No
yeah,
jackhammer.
no, he hit the jackhammer, speared
Okay, I
him,
was
picked him
gonna
up,
say, I was
jackhammer,
like-
dude. Just 2 moves. Just like old school, dude. He just beat him just like he used to. And that shit don't happen to Lesnar. If you watch Lesnar in the past few years in WWE, they've turned him into the unstoppable monster. He gets in the ring with John Cena the first time.
Gets after you 3 times.
FU'd him like 3 times and German suplexed him like 17. Like in a 15-minute
Dude,
match
kicking.
where Cena hit him twice and then just beat him and took the belt. Like that's the kind of shit after that match, people were laying around like in the arena, like staring at Cena, like concerned looking. Like they've done a lot with Lesnar to make him the unstoppable beast. So for him to just
his ass handed to him in 15, 20 seconds by like, you know, a guy that been there in like fucking 12
Payday.
years. Yeah, it felt like comeuppance and all that shit, like, you know, for talking all that shit.
Right.
And then when they did WrestleMania in the rematch, like they kept building up with Lesnar couldn't get his fucking hands on him. Goldberg always gets the upper hand. They did that, and then they let Lesnar have like the fucking like, you know, he almost did it again, and then Lesnar come back and just, you know, fucking threw down his moves and took the belt back from him. But Goldberg had a nice little run as champion. Like last year, he was a fucking champion.
No
So,
shit.
yeah, no bullshit, dude. He won the champ, Kevin
Damn.
Owens, and kept that shit. Like I think a month or two, yeah.
It was Kane and Lita. I don't know if you remember that whole saga
Yeah.
back in the day and shit. When that happened,
Kill my baby.
I said it's too far. The line in the sand, you just went over it, and like y'all can't bring that whole I lost the baby shit into this wrestling fucking game. Because I understand.
Dude, I
it's
love
a-
that. I love that storyline because it had a guy in it. The guy who kicked Kane in the match that made him fall, Gene Snitsky.
Snitsky.
Do you remember his
I knew-
catchphrase? Do you remember his catchphrase?
I
It
didn't-
wasn't my fault. Like, and
I don't remember
and they
Gene, I
turned the
remember
fact that he killed a
Snitsky.
baby in his catchphrase
Yeah.
into
was a
a
character.
fucking catchphrase of him. Dude, he was doing that shit all the time after that. Like, he'd be on TV, man, and
2 months.
like
tops.
people would be walking around with like a cake, like, man, I can't wait to get this to the big championship stuff. And then like a door would open, smash into him, and it'd be Snitsky. And he'd be, it wasn't my fault. Like it just turned into like fucking old Abbott Costello bit, like old Looney Tunes. Oh, it got ridiculous, man. That was around the time they had that fucking good guy, that really fucking killer bad guy that they got rid of, Muhammad Hassan. You remember that guy?
I said,
He was the guy
I
that
was
came out
so
like in
fucking
2005. He'd come
disgusted.
out, he would walk out and be like, he come out and he was an Arab dude, and he come out to that like him, yeah, like fucking
is
like
it Roman Reigns now, or is it a different
No.
dude? Who is it?
He's not there anymore.
He's not
I'll tell you
anymore.
why.
Okay.
This is how fucked up things are, man. Like, he'd come out. This guy was a killer bad guy. He would piss the crowd off because he'd come out and he was like, "I'm an Arab American, and since 9/11, all you people do is persecute me." Like, that's the kind of shit. That's the kind of heat he drew.
Your religion is different than ours because
Yeah.
you're crazy.
And he would cheat people. He would cheat people out of wins, but he would always get that win. And he fucking like, man,
looking
you
like
know,
a half Jew.
he was getting his title push. He was like, he was actually scheduled to beat the fucking Undertaker for the belt and shit.
Scheduled like
Yeah, like they planned for him to win the championship or beat Batista at SummerSlam for the championship. They were
not
like,
Batista.
yeah, Batista was the champ. I remember reading this because they planned for it
Monster.
because he was such a good bad guy that they were like, put the belt on
I
him.
thought
Let's have
Batista was a
we
bad
need,
guy.
At the time, Batista was the face.
Okay.
He
I was
had
gonna say, I was like,
rised
shit,
up
wait,
and
okay.
turned on Triple H, and he was the
You gotta
good guy.
forgive me because
I
like,
love
that's
this
what
shit,
I was,
dude. It's fucking, it's so
No, like, cause I
entertaining to
know
me.
what you're talking about, but at the same time, I was like, wait a minute, I thought Batista
Yeah, he was a
always
good guy, and he come in, and this guy would have been a perfect bad guy chasing him. Batista would have been the good guy going after the title, getting fucked over by the,
Batista
you know.
break him or something? What happened to him?
They did the number one contenders match was set for the pay-per-view before SummerSlam, the Great American Bash, I believe, yeah. And they did this storyline leading up to it, you know, with the terrorist guy, where Undertaker, he jumped Undertaker and beat him down in the ring, and then he like did like a prayer, and when he did a prayer, like these guys in black masks come and they carry the Undertaker off.
Like they do.
Like they do, right? WWE films that shit on like Monday or Tuesday, and then it airs on Thursday night, Thursday afternoon, the London bombings. And the network flipped shit. They were like, you can't have that. Terrorists just bombed, and they were just like, there's no way to edit the show. It's a half-hour segment. They were like, it's already aired in half the markets it's supposed to be in, and now it's going to air here. I mean, we can edit that part out for certain areas, but I mean, it's going on in the USA, and like people thought it was way insensitive, and they were like, look,
so
it's not
fucked
live, it's not live. So they killed that guy's character. They like literally killed him off on screen. Like he did his match with the Undertaker, where he was supposed to win. And he lost, and the Undertaker took him up the entrance ramp. You remember they used to have the big, like, 10-foot tall, like, you know, like steel structure that the ramp went down all the way to the ring? Undertaker drug him up to the top and removed part of that steel barrier from the walkway up there, and it looked down, and it was just like a 10-foot drop to concrete. And then he picks him up in that big powerbomb, and powerbombs him like 15 feet just straight on the concrete, but you can't see because he falls in the stage, you know, toward the concrete.
Right.
And obviously, somebody, when the camera went in there, put something for him to land on, and then pulled
Hopefully.
it out. Well, no,
Goddamn.
they did real quick, because the Undertaker stands there for a minute, like, smirking. They got the camera on him like he really did something good, and they pan the camera over to where he's at.
Going.
And he's laying there like this, and there's, like, fucking blood behind his head, and, like, they're like, oh, my God, and they flip the camera over real quick, and they're just like, no, get him out of there. And then, like, They usher the Undertaker away, and then they end that whole segment, and that's the last time that dude was ever on TV. And he quit wrestling after that and went on to do like small acting and other stuff like that. That's fucking crazy, though. I was like, man, that whole guy's career was ruined because of a bad timing on a horrible incident.
I say bad timing, but I think it's just that whole religion. I hate to say it, like, that's just me for real. Like, I don't give it the same type of like
Done with
patience.
this He's spinning it.
This is gonna be somewhat sick. I think I'm gonna be at the movie theaters on 420 this year, guys.
What's coming out?
Super Troopers 2.
Oh, did they picked a release date?
A pretty bad one, in my opinion. But we have to come out and support shit like this, because if we want Potfest, remember?
Mm-hmm.
Right? If we really want that, why don't we go ahead and come out and show us that we really want that by supporting Super Troopers that started this gangster shit. And this is the fucking things they get. Come on. Come out to the movie theaters and see a goddamn Broken Lizard shit. I like Club Dread. Come at me, bitch.
I like Club Dread.
Okay, some people fucking
Slam and
hate
Salmon,
it.
dude. Slam and Salmon was good too, dude.
Dude, some people hate that shit, and I'm like, dude, I fucking love.
I like those guys, man. Yeah.
I love everything about those guys. Like Farva, everything he did after that, even the shit. Was it Starsky or no? It was Starsky and Hutch.
Yeah, when they
with
did
the
that.
armadillo helmet and shit. Like I like Farva in that movie.
One of them directed that too.
Great. Nonetheless, like I fucking love all those guys.
Yeah.
And yeah. So 420 this year, guys. I guess fucking pen it or pencil in your little Google Calendar. Check out that Super Troopers too.
Yeah. Now that I know.
Somewhat Sick with Vitamin Nick.
This is gonna be somewhat sick.